Hi. Today we're talking about celebrating children on their own terms. So, when our children are little, or even before they're born, as parents, we sometimes have a vision for what their life is going to look like as they get older, what kind of milestones they're going to celebrate, or what kind of activities we may want to do with them. And that's fine. Like, those are our hopes and dreams for them and for us too, really. But when our children come out as transgender, that vision that we have for our children and their future goes away, or at minimal, it changes because our children no longer present as the same gender that they did when we created those visions for our children. And so, what we have to do is we have to allow space for a reimagining of what those milestones may look like and what those activities that we wish to do with our children could look like, and how we're going to celebrate our children as they grow into the person who they are and what their life is going to look like going forward. And there can be a sadness that comes with that as you let go of that idea that you carried in your head for such a long time for some of us, and allow yourself to adjust to the new vision of what your child's life is going to look like going forward. And that's okay because we're allowed to hold two things at a time. I've talked about this before. You can hold joy and sadness at the same time. And just because you have to let go of some ideas of what your child's future and life is going to look like doesn't make it a bad life. It doesn't make your child's future diminished in any kind of way because they're still going to have a good and wonderful life going forward. It just means that it's different. And different isn't good or bad, different is neutral. It's just different. And sometimes we think of change and different as a negative thing because it's uncomfortable. And we don't sit with things that are uncomfortable very well. It takes a while for us to get used to things that are changing and that are different. And it's in that uncomfortableness that we realize, oh, okay, like this isn't bad. It's just something new and different. And it's not that what's happening here is wrong or terrible. It's just that it's going to look different than I thought or that I anticipated. And the fact that my child's not going to do X, Y, or Z doesn't make it bad or terrible. It just means that they're going to do, L, M, and N instead. And that's great and wonderful. And so I think sometimes we get hung up on the loss part of it and on the what's not happening, and we don't focus enough on the what's happening instead part of it. And so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because the what's happening instead part can be really wonderful and fabulous if you can get past the what's not happening piece of it. And so I hope this helps. And I do have a blog post about how to celebrate your child exactly where they are up on my website, and I will put that information um, down below, and you can feel free to go and check that out. And we'll talk soon.